I don't know. Better tacos in Mexico City.
True.
Yeah, never go Mexico.
Not
You
unless
might
you
not
go
come
Mexico.
Okay, it's recording locally and it's streaming live on Twitter. So Edwin, take it away.
Maybe even on Twitch.
That's
Awesome.
all right. Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Well, welcome to game 1.5 of our Rappan Athuk 5e test run. We're in the midst of some action, which we will describe here in a second, but I guess we should introduce ourselves. I am Edwin, running as GM, and let's see, are you guys, we'll just go with Patrick next, and let us know who your character is.
I am Patrick, a.k.a. Frog version 5. Not just Frog 5, Chuck. Frog V5. Or Frog V. Okay, I'll be whatever you put in there. I'm not going to complain. I am playing... what's his name? Oh, Napoleon Einstein von Smith. He's a Yuan-Ti pureblood sorcerer.
Nerd.
That makes you next, Skeeter.
Yep.
I am Skeeter Green from Frog God Games. I am playing a warlock known as the Death Tribble, out of respect for a longtime Necromancer Games message board personality. Next.
And Chuck is not in the Skype chat, but you are next.
I'm in the Skype chat. What?
Okay.
Oh,
Then you know you're next.
Yeah.
I am playing a dwarven paladin of vengeance named Skeggy, which is close to Old Norse for beard. So it's very, very literal.
Excellent.
Liz?
And
Enough.
Okay, I am Liz Stewart from the Save for Half podcast, and I am playing a human cleric named Jessic, and she is a worshiper of the god Lathander.
And I'm Zach. I'm Zach Glazer. I'm also from Frog God Games. I am playing a human fighter. Nothing fancy, nothing special. And his name is Awesomer, because that is one of the dead characters that we posted in the original the Rappan Athuk from 2012. So
Awesome. So we... Awesomer? What? Awesomer, sorry. I always forget the end of his name, yeah. We're not sure what he's awesomer than, but he's definitely awesomer than...
probably the fighter Awesome who died before him.
Probably. And does anyone sort of remember what y'all are up to?
I killed a bunch of plants with the cube of force.
That's true.
I had a high armor class and stayed out of the battle.
Yes,
Okay.
you did.
We're all very, very angry with a priest.
We are actually playing Rappan Athuk in the Cloister of the Frog God. Suppose we should clarify that.
Yep.
Yeah, so you guys were sent to the Cloister of the Frog God by a sort of to help out a dwarven trading clan, and you are looking for a magical staff that has gone missing from the Vel's Bargo wagon, and I guess you are hoping to...
Was it a staff in 7 parts?
This one, as far as you know, is still in 1 part.
Aww. Boo.
So hopefully it will not take 17 years just for this part of the... just for this part. And yes, you guys were, when we left off, so you guys showed up and you knocked on the door or went into the temple briefly and said hello to an older priest who was there. and asks some rather forceful questions. And I think Death Tribble made magically friendly with him, with a charm person, perhaps.
Sounds dirty when you say it.
Everything does. But it's all in your head.
Hello, live stream.
Huh?
Nothing.
Live? What?
Yeah.
And I don't think we can filter Skeeter's brain from the
You're right,
chat.
and I'll stop that.
Live stream.
My bad.
And he accompanied you around the temple and said, "Yeah, you're welcome to go down into the basement where the frog folks are to see if they'll give you back whatever it is you're looking for." And he pointed to a staircase that went down, and you guys made it this far when you were attacked by a bunch of trees, bushes. And you had
A shrubbery?
finished shrubbery.
A shrubbery.
Yeah.
Luckily, we had a herring with us.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were able to cut it down.
So you had just trimmed the shrub, so to speak, when we finished last time. So I think Death Tribble is still in his cube of force. A few stray bolts of energy just went flying past Awesomer as he skulked his way towards the
As
dead
he
bush.
stood at the back and did very little.
And
I guess it's on you guys now.
well, I
Well, it
like
looks
Skeeter
like
Green ahead. Oh,
Death
no.
Tribble. I was just going to say, it looks like Death Tribble needs Cure Light Wounds or something, so I would like to try to heal some of his injuries.
Well, I'm going to lower my cube of force to allow my priestess friend to get close to myself. So I would be more than happy to accept that healing.
Okay. Well, this is the first time I've ever done spell
Yeah.
casting through Roll20, so is there any particular...
You should be able to click on the words "Cure Wounds" under your spell. So if you go to your character sheet,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't remember if it's on your front page or not. Let's see here, character sheet. Yeah, if you go to the front center under Core, you should be able to click on the words "Cure Wounds."
Okay.
So you see your stats and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So to the right
Attacks
of
and
that,
spellcasting. Okay. So click on Cure Wounds.
and it might ask you what level you're casting it at.
Mm-hmm.
And if its first level is 1d8, and every level above that, it adds another d8.
Okay. Let's see.
And I think, you are 5th level, so you have up to 3rd level spell slots available,
Okay.
unless you've cast them.
All right. How far are you down, Skeeter?
Looks like 11 out of
Okay.
out of 29.
Okay.
So it's
You're
not
down
super
to
bad.
11. So,
You're down to 11, or you're down 11?
I'm down 11 points,
Really?
I believe.
I think you're down at 11, frankly.
Is it?
Yeah, it looks like you are at 11 hit points.
So in the green circle that is my
Yep.
character, I have 6 and 5.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but if I replace that with 11, now you have 11. There we go.
Okay.
I don't remember how that happened, but
Yeah, I don't either. Okay.
anyway.
So
And you also, if you open up your character sheet, you should also... Oh, I think I do know what happened. But anyway, you should have 11 hit points.
yeah, I see it on my character sheet.
Yep.
So I'm a bit more grievously wounded than I
I
thought.
was going to say, your life bar looked pretty darn low, so I'm going to try
Yeah.
to cast at a level 3 and see
Awesome.
what happens.
Story of his life. I'm more injured than I thought.
There we go. So 14 hit points.
Yeah, there's a surprise hernia in there. Oh, too soon.
No.
No.
So yeah, you should be able to either in your character sheet or in the green circle crank that up to 25. And if you go to the, and I think I do know what happened. If you go to the green circle and type plus 14, it'll just add it to your, so you don't have to math it. That'll do it. Awesome. And then Liz, you should have on the second tab of your character sheet. Sorry, the third one. So on the character sheet, you can see the button that says spells.
Mm-hmm.
There you are. Yeah. You should be able to keep track of for each level how many you have cast or how many you have left, however you want to do it.
Okay.
So there's like a 4 and a 3 and a 2 for the different levels.
Mm-hmm. And since I cast it as a third level, that would take away one of my third level slots?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if you hover over that 0, you should see a little, yep, perfect, a little plus minus arrow come in. All right, so Death Tribble suddenly feels better.
I feel more endangered now that he's empowered. But
Exactly.
Yep.
Luckily, you have a good armor class.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm like always away from everything. But okay. So what's next, Liz? You spoke first. I think that's awesome.
What? What?
I think you'd be a great leader.
Well, I don't know. My character thinks we should kill every frog person we encounter.
Oh, well.
I'm not sure if the rest of you would be down
How
with
would
that
we
or not.
know? We haven't encountered any frog people. Edwin, how do I get rid of the yellow box now? Since I have.
If you have the arrow selected, you should be able to click on it. And if you can't, I can just do it.
I don't.
There.
Oh. I don't know if that was you or me.
I don't either.
Magic.
Uh-oh.
It disappeared.
It's magic.
So yeah, you can actually, Napoleon, you want to give me a perception check, please.
Not really, but okay.
And Skeggy, I think you can also.
Oh, yes, I did want to give you a perception check.
Awesome. So Napoleon hears a little bit of scraping sound, sort of echoing up from the staircase. Just a real subtle little noise, and then a little shh.
Just take the first one I double clicked. And...
Yep, I got it. You don't hear anything other than the conversation between Jessic and Death Tribble as they're dealing with healing and yelling at Awesomer.
Hey.
Okay. I will let everybody know that I heard a little scraping. Scrape, scrape, scrape.
So
Fire.
So one of my warlock abilities here is I can cast mage armor, but I don't know how to do that on the sheet because it doesn't have the ability on there. So
Okay, so let's.
So on that, you actually have to manually alter your armor class up to, say you were at 12, you have to make it a 15, but you can go in and... Sorry?
Yeah, if you go to the little... So if you're on your character sheet, which I see you are, to the right of core bio spells and the little gear.
Yeah.
Click on the little gear, there you go. And in the left-hand side, global armor class modifier, you can put in whatever number you need to put in there.
What does it go up? 3 or 4?
It goes up 3 or 215.
Yeah, 215.
So in this case, plus 3, yeah.
Okay. So
Well, actually, you can do even better. Just go down to custom AC and type in 15. That's even easier. Does he get his dex mod with mage armor?
Well, let's see. Base AC becomes 13 plus its Dex mod. So
Oh, so that's So if you
I just
doesn't matter.
clicked on
You got to
it
figure it out.
So that would be.
But yeah, you can put in 13 and then Dex exactly.
Boom. Okay.
Well, I think it's actually 13 plus Dex mod, not 15 plus Dex mod.
Well,
I know.
you're bumming my high, man.
That's right. I'm only going to attack you
Noosh.
guys. Saving throw
I
stuff
didn't mean
anyway.
that literally.
Hey, no judgments, Skeeter. No judgments.
I live in Washington.
Judgment.
Okay, so I am casting Mage Armor on myself, and then does Patrick say he hears something?
Scratching noises.
I
could-
spy with my little ear some scratching noises.
I see really good in the dark.
Coming from where?
Going up the staircase. So there's this stone
Okay.
thing is actually some sort of dark stairs leading down underground.
Okay. So I go way over here. No.
Oh, good, because that's where the next trap is.
Of course. Bill Webb.
So I move over to where Patrick is and see if I can see down the stairs, which I can see down the stairs.
Okay. Yeah, you can see down the stairs. And give me a perception check, please.
No.
Ooh.
Just click on perception
No, he got
as
it.
you highlight
Hey.
over it.
Hey,
I see that. That's
give me a break.
Big roll.
Wasting the good rolls on looking down steps, of course.
So
I almost felt like you were going to go into a Jerky Boys thing there, Skeeter.
don't make me get Jerky Boys on you.
Please don't.
All right, sizzle chest.
Oh,
I'm not going to go full Jerky Boys.
Edwin, we need to get you a mute button.
so interesting. I'm just
So in Roll20, where it has the two numbers, what does that mean?
if you have advantage or disadvantage, then you look at both of them. If you're just going normal, you look at the first one. So
Okay.
if you'd had advantage, you would have gotten the 24. If you'd had disadvantage, it'd be the 22. Because you had neither, you just have the 22.
So does that mean I rolled a 20?
Yeah, if you hover over the so if it shows up green, that means it was the maximum the die could roll.
Oh.
And if it shows up red, it's a 1.
I saw
if
the
you
shit
hover-
out of that thing.
Yeah, if you hover over the number, you can you can sort of check and see that it's doing what you think it ought to be doing. So this is telling me you rolled a 20 plus 4 and an 18 plus 4. And the 22 is the one that
Okay.
that matters in this case. So
I learned something new.
every day. So you can see that the stairs go down probably looks like maybe 30 feet. They're just sort of a straight shot down. And you can see, because you have dark vision, I assume that's what's going on here.
No, I have see normally in all darkness up to 120 feet. So
Okay,
even
right, you have
magic
superior
darkness.
Yep. Oh, that's right.
I have
so yes,
the warlock ability.
Yep. So you can see, so you see you can see that there's the stone landing, down at the base of the stairs. You sort of get the sense that if you rolled down these stairs and cracked your head, it might hurt. But what you get a faint whiff, a couple of smells coming up. One of a really kind of stale smoke, and also just sort of the smells of life, sweat and humanity, I guess, but kind of rotten a little bit, a little putrid.
So rotting wet dog.
Yeah, I like that.
That's descriptive. Okay.
And a little disgusting.
Well, that's Chuck.
Well.
Just
No,
a
it's
little disgusting.
Okay.
We were
hole in
going
the
for
ground.
more than that.
So, yeah. You disappoint us, Chuck.
So can I see the noise that Patrick heard earlier?
You do not. You don't see anything. Your vision stops because of you can't see around corners, right? So you see down the stairs, you see the landing, but you can't see forward because of the angle.
Can I hear what he heard?
You don't hear anything, and he just heard Napoleon just heard one sound, one scratch. It wasn't one.
It wasn't a continuous noise.
Correct.
I say we throw the fighter down the hole.
Funny, I was just going to say the opposite.
And the scratching, did it sound like it was claw on rock, or did it sound like it was...
sounded heavier than that.
Oh, heavier.
Big claw on rock. All right, Paladin.
Yeah.
Go forth.
How about we go find the well and go down that way?
How about the fighter goes first? The tank?
Well, I retired. And I don't have an awesome
He's a
light
tank
source.
of jellyfish.
That's right.
He's a tank of very soft things.
And I don't have a torch, dang it. That's too bad.
Good thing I have some. So
It's all right. I'll tell you which way to go.
No. Your Cube of Force thing was really awesome, but no.
Step.
Oh, fine. Somebody has to go down with me with light, but I will go. I volunteer for being a coward last time.
Oh, you mess up my dark vision if you...
That's right.
I'm not sure that's true in this edition, actually.
Yeah, it's not.
It also keeps me from being second in danger, if I say.
No, I understand that. You can certainly claim that. Yeah, I don't want to.
I'm not afraid. Who's coming with me?
I'll go too. I'm fine with that.
Sorry.
I'll go.
Wow.
All right. I'll take my warlock friend.
It would kind of
we've got
suck to be
Oscar.
doing this online if we all just decided, no, I don't want to go in the dungeon.
That's
sort
exactly
of the point.
what I thought, too, when I was standing there arguing with Chuck about what a coward I plan on being. I'm like, no one's going to want to watch us be regular selves.
I mean, there are other places you can go, obviously. This is not the only place.
But this is the closest one, right? Let's go.
This is, so Awesomer, Death Tribble, anyone else?
Follow
Okay.
me.
No, I'm going down.
Everyone's going down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're all...
Because that makes change the map easier.
It sure does. So I think you guys are here now.
Okay, somebody else take the lead.
And it's going to be dark for a second just because there's not enough space on the map to really do everything here. But let me bring you... So you should now sort of see what's going on.
I do.
And I will put Awesomers in the lead here.
I was. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to bring you in.
Oh.
And then Death Tribble. And then I'll bring the rest of you in as there's space. But we don't have the full staircase on the map. So...
I have a very weird question about the warlock.
Sure.
So
It's
I
natural
get,
to feel that way.
I have Dark One's Blessing. So when I reduce a hostile creature to 0 hit points, like those plants, I gain temporary hit points. For how long? It doesn't say.
Probably until you take a long rest.
Awesome.
Or until they get hacked off.
Then I have a batch of temporary hit points
Okay.
that
So
are
why don't
not
you just
on here.
So put yourself at full. And because they would have gotten the temporary hit points get removed first before you take real damage.
Okay.
So that means that Jessic's healing would have brought you up all the way to full because you would have taken that much less damage. And how does it work? Is it a certain amount each time you kill something, or?
Equal to my charisma modifier plus my warlock level, which would be 9.
Total? Okay, so why don't you add, and you did that, and that's each time you bring something to 0 hit points, right?
Correct.
I think that happened twice. Why don't you add 9 temporary hit points to your character sheet? And we'll say the other 9 got hacked away.
Okay. Temporary hit points.
Perfect. Yeah.
Would
Now
be-
you have more hit points than your bar. That looks good.
Okay, the
Before
warlock
we
should
continue-
be in the front then.
Before we continue, I would like to say a shout out to our 4 viewers. Thank you all very much. We don't have
Thank
a
you.
chat log yet, but thank you.
Sorry, I have
Are-
a potty mouth.
Are they
No,
us?
it's not.
No,
How many of
one
them
of
were
one
us?
of them's my wife.
5 now.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you,
Hey,
everybody.
Jennifer Green is trying to watch us, and I just want to say thank you for being on the East Coast and taking time out of your busy schedule to watch us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry you married this.
Okay, back to thank you, viewers.
All right.
Hopefully it got real. We'll have none of that.
Yeah, no real.
It could be worse, Skeeter. She could have married this. So
No, she
Wow.
couldn't have.
So,
that would have made it much worse for her.
so Awesomer, as you come down the stairs, so is there some light going on? Somebody gave him a torch, or somebody has a torch, or Jessica cast the light spell on something, or
In my
So far, the only spell I've cast is the Cure Wounds, but I probably
light
could
as a
cast a light
cantrip?
spell.
I feel like you have light as a cantrip, but maybe we should take it.
So if not, I do have torches in my handy dandy Dungeoneers pack.
Light is one of my cantrips,
So,
so
that
I
means
could cast it
basically
on something.
you can cast it on something. It's free. It lasts an hour, and you can recast it. And anytime you recast it, the original one disappears. So you can just, anytime you want to light something up, just boom.
So, Fighter, I see you moving.
Hold on there. Hold on.
Do you need me?
It's Knowles.
who-
It's Knowles.
Who's the guilty party?
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, that was my neurotic little schnoodle, Maisie.
I thought it was Knowles, so that's okay.
Well,
So-
yes.
That's why I ran.
So, Zach, is Awesomer taking light on something or not? That's really the question.
I think I have to drop the shield and carry a torch. I would.
No. Jessica can cast light on you.
Oh, okay. Can you cast it on my shield?
Sure.
Sure.
And then I
Yeah.
can drop the shield and run. Okay, good. No.
Okay, so you have the light on you. That's all
Okay.
good. So, so you can see
Right there.
pretty obviously a wine cellar. You see sort of front and left a barrel. You see just to your left a dead sort of little fire, sort of a half fire ring. Dead meaning no fire, but you can sort of smell that it's it's been used.
That's that right there, right?
Yep.
Okay.
You can just barely see front and right some stairs headed down, and you can see that there are a series of nooks, some of which have a couple, have barrels in them, and then this sort of wall in front of you. So that's what you see as you come down the stairs.
I feel like
And
I should.
you can
Feel like I should do a perception check just in case it's something extra.
do that.
I can assure you it
So-
won't be a good roll. So
You said your vision is actually 120 feet, right?
Yes.
Yes, I'm going to change your token. There we go. So your live vision will be 120. So it's 13. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing else particularly going on.
Oh, Zach, you amateur.
I know. Maybe I'll go look around the corner.
Okay. So yeah, you can go ahead and move your token there. Death Trouble comes in. So Skeggy, Napoleon, Jessic. Who's next? Who's third?
I'll go next.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think I should do
Fourth?
the back.
Okay.
That's my place.
So basically, the only issue right here we're having with Roll20 is that you can't move your tokens across light barriers. You can't. There's no FTL in this game, and so I'm having to basically move you into the room. Now you can move around as you see fit.
I was able to move.
Yeah, because I had already moved you in.
Oh, you mean this down here? Okay.
Yeah, from outside to inside the the chamber.
Well, then I'm
So,
going
yeah.
to look further
Okay.
up here and see what I see.
Okay.
Right here.
I'm
Look,
curious
there's
what
stairs.
this. Yeah, and I'm curious what this yellow line is.
That's a good question,
It's a
actually.
force
I don't know what
field.
that yellow line.
It's a trap.
I have no idea where that came from.
Mm-hmm.
Construction workers have been here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or police line, do not cross.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Some tape. Yeah.
So, Death Tribble, you can see that the hallway is littered with some rubble, both rock and wood. This is all finished stone. You can make out a few sarcophagi in the
Swa?
down the hallway there, and yeah, right.
So is the passage blocked off, or is it just debris on the ground?
It would be difficult terrain. It's not blocked off.
Okay.
Skeggy, you hear a little. Whoops! You just moved yourself.
I was over here. Yeah.
Yeah. So over there, you hear a little coming from up in front of you.
Well, first I say I hear something, and then I look. I guess make a perception.
Sure. You see, basically peeking around the corner of this wooden box in front of you. You see a what looks like a person, really ratty, clothes kind of shredded. And you can just sort of see one eye and just peeking around a little bit, and he says, "Hello, watch out for the dead."
I've got my warhammer ready.
Okay.
Or my maul. I have my maul up.
The dead.
He says watch out. He says watch out for the dead, but I think he's one of them.
And so, Death Tribble, you see. Hold on, slow down a little bit. You see definitely this man crouch. There we go. Crouch down there, and he whips his head around as you walk around the corner, and he says, "The dead walk the halls. Be careful."
If dead people live down here, what are you doing down here?
Yeah, this guy can't be trusted, man.
They are here. They do not bother me.
Why not?
Oh, it is, and he jumps up on top of the box, and I sort
I'm
of
gonna pull the arrow out.
Okay.
Yeah, so when he jumps up on top of the box, that's an act of aggression, and I get scared, and I shoot him.
Okay. You can totally do that. Go ahead and roll your attack.
I'm going to Eldritch Blast him.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely
Boom!
some engagement. So
All right. So let us.
Seriously, these are heightened circumstances. If he jumps up on the table, I am concerned, and I will shoot him.
A lot of
Completely
times that
agree.
could happen to you in real life, but you'd have been the target.
Go ahead and everybody roll some initiative here.
I have had the police pull guns on me before.
oops,
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't have myself selected.
There it is.
So yeah, you don't ideally select your token and then click the button. If you don't do that, you can go back in and type over. So Skeeter, you want to go type in that 17 in the turn order for Death Tribble. You can do that. And similarly, Napoleon, you can replace the 14 with a 12, or I can do it for you. Either one.
Which is
I
the
already
button?
did it.
What is the button for that?
It's on
Just
your
click on the
sheet,
word
top
initiative.
center. Yeah, the word initiative.
Yeah, that's what I
It's-
did. How come it didn't?
Yeah. So
put it in?
so if you have your token selected, so it
Oh,
rolled for you. It did that correctly. But if you have your token selected, it also does the turn order thing correctly. So let's see. Napoleon.
which one is initiative? The blue?
Which one is initiative? Not the word.
Well,
the
on
word
your-
initiative.
On your character sheet.
Oh,
Guppies
there it is.
here. And Awesomer. There we go. There we go. So is everybody right? Awesomer 10, Jessic 15, Napoleon 14, Skeggy 18, Smear 16,
Perfect.
I'm not on there.
Death Triple 17, and I'm going to delete Awesomer number 2. There we go. You're on there, right? Oh, no, Death Triple. Yeah, you're on there with the 17. Now I'm going to sort you. Bam.
I am not on there yet.
You are on there.
I am not in
Where?
the turn order.
Oh, you can't see yourself in there? Okay.
No.
Okay, so let me add you again, because I could see you. But now you're there again.
There it is.
17. And is anyone else can't see themselves?
I'm okay.
I'm good.
Awesome. Okay, so you guys are sort of surrounded this scrawny little guy, and he jumps up on a box, and all of a sudden, Death Dribble points his finger at him and just unleashes a blast, an eldritch blast. Skeggy, you're right there. You have your maul raised up. You can see that he, this guy, sort of shrinks away and shrieks a little bit.
Teaching the true nature of freaking out there, Chuck. I mean, Skeggy.
Yeah, I'm just. Is he doing anything else? Is he cowering on top of this thing, or?
He definitely seems kind of cowering. Yeah.
I'm just gonna hold my action. Right
Okay.
now.
So 5e has a thing where you can specifically say, if this happens, I will do this.
Okay, if he acts aggressively, looks like he's casting or anything like that, then I will bonk him on the head.
Okay. And Death Trouble.
So the way this seems like it happened to me is he jumped up on the table. I shot him. The paladin did nothing.
Mhm.
I'm shooting him again
Okay.
No,
Cool.
the paladin raised his maul.
and did nothing.
Oh, bam!
That's a hit.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Woo.
I'm trying to assess the situation.
Me too.
No, you're just
Okay.
trying to turn this guy.
He's been through sensitivity training at Paladin
I've
School,
seen
so-
things, man. I've seen
So-
things.
He,
You're just trying to get more temporary hit points. We know what's going on.
he jumps down to the far side of the box. He's not being aggressive. He's definitely cowering, and he looks up at Skeggy and he says, "The dead will curse you. Be careful." And he's still crouched down by the wall. He says, "It is a mad, bad world. Everyone is crazy." And he starts to inch his
You
way
have no idea.
towards Jessic, and he gets to Jessic and says, "You are a holy one. Ha! Ha! Perhaps you will be safe here." And he sneaks away here, and he sort of sneaks his way through here, and as he gets to Napoleon, he sort of looks up and says, and he sneaks a little further, and he's just he's moving a little bit, and he's all kind of jittery and slow, but he's sort of moving his way around, and then all of a sudden he bolts for the top of the stairs, and I guess he only gets to here. He's like, "Watch out, Jessic."
Hmm?
it is your go. So he sort of comes by you. He gives his little word of mess of holiness, and then you can see that he starts running away. He's like, ah.
He just not seem to be worth my time to try to smack, especially if he's going to run away. Is he running up the stairs and back onto the surface, or is he going
like
deeper into the dungeon?
Deeper down, it looks like down the stairs, yeah.
My character probably figures that he's just gone insane from being down here.
You can certainly give me an insight check if you like.
I think you better give her a plus on that check. He seemed insane to me. I think that's pretty.
Ooh,
wow.
So,
yeah,
Jessic, you have worked with a lot of people in the service of Lathander, and you've dealt with people who have been touched by madness, and you've dealt by people who were shirking their work duties, and people who were faking broken arms, and people who were at death's door, and something maybe right at the end as he's just running away, some sort of look he gives you twigs you just a little bit the wrong way, and you're like, maybe he's not as mad as he seems. Napoleon.
All right, so did he hiss at me when he walked by?
Yes.
He did.
And you let him go.
I'm going to step over here.
Okay.
And then I am going to poison spray him.
Okay, that's a saving throw for me, right?
Yep.
Okay.
DC 16.
Oh, go get him, Tiger.
Oh, no, you didn't.
All right, so he takes 19. Yeah, so you come around the corner and you hold up your hands and unleash a cloud of some sort of vile fluid or gas. I'm not sure.
Depends if it's Taco Tuesday or not.
Whoa!
Sorry, no, it was. We'll say it was some kind of caustic goo that shot out of my hand.
Okay. Yeah, and you hit him in the back as he's sort of about to run down the stairs, and he just chokes and gags and falls to the ground. I think that's what happens. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So he sort of sprawls and Superman's down the 3 or 4 stairs at the top there, and is just kind of lying flat on his face.
There goes our surprise when a body flies down the steps. It's like, I think someone's here. Clunk.
Let's see.
Well, I say we follow him and go, make sure he's totally dead. I feel that it's safe down those steps now, because if there's a trap, he would have kicked it off.
Speaking of which, did he slide down the stairs?
He slid down those top stairs, yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
so he kind of body surfed his way down.
Exactly, yep. So he was running. You hit him in the back, and he just... Yeah, and now you can see that he's sort of caught up on a landing there.
Yeah, he didn't do it. You did it.
Okay.
You body surfed him down the stairs.
Excellent.
Follow me, says Awesomer, because I'm so awesome.
Whoa!
Right down the landing.
He goes upstairs and back out into the sunlight.
Yes, right. No. I thought about it, but no.
Hey, surf him the rest of the way down the steps.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll
Not
do
like
that.
you. I mean, just slide his
I
body
totally
down
agree.
there.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, no, definitely. We need to use him to clear things.
No, I do. This is the best thing I've heard in a while. Can I throw his
All right,
body
go
down
ahead
the
and
next
give me
step?
Yeah, give me a strength.
What do you need? Strength? Sure.
Strength. Yeah.
Yep, my pleasure.
He may be a coward, but he's a strong coward.
So yes, this is a pretty pretty light dude, and is your goal to sort of toss him, or
No, I wanted to like slide like you did
do
this
you want
time.
to sort of like touch every step?
I guess he
on the
can
way
roll down like roll down like we put him sideways, so he covers most of the steps of the surface area, and then push him down like a log.
Okay.
And I'll give a
You
good
could
shove.
somersault him.
Yeah,
Well,
as a dwarf, I never toss people.
no, I do.
That's right. You're
Well,
afraid to get tossed.
if we don't somersault him, if we do like Zach's talking about and roll him down, then he hits all parts of the step mostly.
That's the plan.
If the trap's to the left or to the right, we stand a better chance of him setting it off.
So yeah, so he goes down 15, 17 feet, steps, and
That was a pretty good toss.
well, you sort of roll him down, thump, 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 thump. Yeah, it was a pretty good roll. It wasn't a great roll. And we'll say you follow down and go halfway, go down, and then do it again, I presume.
Yes. Oh, yeah, so I roll strength again?
No, you're going to make it there eventually. Okay, I'm just getting you guys onto the next map here.
Make sure our meat shield is on there, too, because I have a feeling I have a good use for him. I feel like a terrible person, but this really has... All kinds of ideas are going in my head now.
Hey, we can even use him for a battering ram if we need to.
You do realize what the makeup of this group is, don't you?
Murder hobos and a bunch of psychopaths.
Horrible people in Liz.
Except for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, I'm used to that.
People and a cleric.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Okay.
Well, we got a paladin.
So
I'm a paladin
Uh-huh.
of vengeance.
Of vengeance.
Yeah, he's just as bad as we are, Skeeter.
okay, so I'm
So,
I think that is a
He's
very
good.
high bar to meet.
Enough.
so you make it to the bottom of the stairs, following your buddy there.
okay. Perception check.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Yeah, hold on. And that's I almost click persuasion. That would have been bad. Okay,
He's
Yeah,
going to
it failed.
persuade those traps to go off
I
right
feel
now.
like I should. Okay, hold on. And boom. Eh.
Okay. It is muskier down here than where you were. This is obviously a less disturbed area. You
Do I see dead people?
You do not.
Okay.
Well, you might, but they're not there. From the light on your shield, you can see some more oak barrels you can see 2 nooks, I believe. And, now you can see 3 or 4. So you can come in. As you're coming in, you see a room with a fair number of barrels in the nooks. You also can see that there's a couple of crates here and there. And it's all fairly nice. It's fairly tidy.
Uh-oh.
Who's blowing up?
It might be me.
Okay. Are you muted?
It's not me because I just muted myself. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, and Sarah said that Chuck's cam is creeping over, and so there's basically half
I
of Chuck
know
and
it
half
is,
of
but
me.
unfortunately, to fix it will ruin the whole screen. So you
Oh,
get
okay, then we're fine.
personality
We're
now.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
he
good
can
with
move
that,
his
aren't we,
camera.
Chuck?
He can move his camera and make himself line up, probably.
No, it's not quite that, but it's a
It's
screen
where
drop.
it captured it. Yeah.
Well, if he off-centers himself in his camera, it should.
I'm still getting a buzz.
Sound okay?
No, it's Liz.
No,
is the
you
one
don't.
It's
Sounds like
Liz's mic.
Satan warmed over.
So she's the nice one, but she's a Cylon also.
Awesome.
Yes.
Right.
Let me log off of Skype and rejoin the call, and hopefully that will fix it.
No problem.
All right.
Okay.
She's
Send
been
her-
taken
send
over
her
by
down the room.
Skynet.
She's the 13th type of Cylon.
Send her down the room. See, like she can go right here. I mean, no. I'm sorry.
Are you
So I still
pinching
hear.
somebody's head there, Chuck?
I still hear it.
I still hear some. Yeah, I still
It
hear
sounds
some.
better now, but
So can we mute one at a time? So Patrick, you want to mute real quick? Check. Does anyone hear it?
I don't hear it.
I don't hear it.
Back on, Patrick.
Okay.
Okay, no, I'm still here. Well, it's gone for now. Anyway, we'll see if it comes back. And is Liz back with us, or is she?
I am back.
that
Oh, you
sounds
are
much
back.
better.
Okay.
All right.
Just
How am I
yeah.
sounding now?
Sound great.
Yep. Sound fine.
No giant echo.
Echo.
Yeah.
Echo.
Oh, well, maybe that worked. We'll find out.
We sent you down to the dungeon, Liz, while you were off. No.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, we rolled your body down the...
Down the stairs.
Anyway.
Thank you for clearing those traps for us. By the way, you'll need to roll another character.
That's
It was
an
amazing
awful
how
waste
fast
of
you
the-
failed those. Yeah, how
awful
fast you
waste
failed
of all
those 3
those
death saves.
healing spells that I had, but okay.
Man, Rappan Athuk is easy.
It is.
Famous
I am
last word.
offended by that statement, and I will make you pay.
That's my job.
Man, Rappan Athuk is easy. Okay.
The Bottolato treatment is coming online, Zach.
I have
Uh-oh.
2 get out of bottle free cards, dude. So
Are you going to use one of them?
not yet. Okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna creep down here with my light source and see what's
Okay.
up.
Cool. Yeah, it looks like an old wine cellar.
I feel like someone who could find secret doors should be looking, and I don't think it's me.
Do we have
Anyone
anybody
look-
that has that ability?
Well,
Actually-
oddly enough, the cleric is normally the best because it's a wisdom-based trait. It's kind of a weird deal, but
Do dwarves have any kind of stonework?
They do. They have stone cunning.
they do. They have advantage on history checks with stone history, or not advantage. They double their proficiency bonus, or they pretend it's proficient, or something. You have something, but it's nothing like sloping floors and moving
Yeah.
walls and so
Oh,
forth.
okay. Not like it was
It's not,
before. Okay.
not what you expect it to be.
We're not. We're no longer elves in the dungeon.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I
Dungeon
mean, I'll
elves.
randomly try.
Sure. Where are you looking?
Let's go over here first.
So you sort of move aside a couple barrels of wine. You can feel as you're sort of rolling them out of the way that they are full. Pretty heavy, but you can sort of move them out of the niche and look back in there. You want to give me a perception check?
I do.
So typically what I do is I will do a perception check to find traces of stuff and an investigation check to sort of figure out how something could be opened if there is something to be opened.
Okay.
Or for like if you're looking for a false bottom in a trunk, I typically make that investigation because I think of that as more smarts. That's an intelligence skill, more about sort of thinking, well, it's 2 foot deep and there's only 18 inches of whatever. But anyway, you sort of look around the walls of this nook, and you everything looks pretty solid. Looks like old stonework. It looks well built, and you don't see any traces of anything amiss.
Then I will try to look over here.
Okay. And Jessica, so you're basically you're all moving barrels out into the center of the room. Jessica, you see that one of the things that was in this nook was a fairly nice wooden case, fairly well built, and as you set it over onto the barrel that you moved out, or maybe the one that Death Tribble moved out, you can hear a little bit of of a tinkle as things like glass, not broken glass, but things, jars bumping against each other kind of a thing. And obviously you decide to put that aside for a minute while you sort of look around the nook, the walls with your torch or light or whatever you have. And you also don't find anything secrety in there. Everything looks, fairly like it ought to.
Well, I'm going to wander down and check at the end, because that looks like if I was looking for a secret door, that's where I'd go.
Cool.
All right, so I do a wisdom check?
Perception.
Perception first? Okay, that's right. Perception, then whatever you decide. As awesome as usual. Terrible.
Yep. It's a good solid wall. It all looks great.
I yell at it. No, I'm kidding. Break.
It yells back.
Of course. Rappan Athuk's easy.
So we would do perception checks on every portion that we search?
So you guys spend maybe half an hour or so in here looking, moving things around, looking for anything amiss. And everything seems solid as you finish sort of moving your way around the nooks and the walls, and you definitely don't find anything. You've sort of got all the barrels out into the center of the floor, and it's obviously hasn't been disturbed in a while. There's a fair amount of mold on the walls that also you can tell has not been disturbed. You sort of know, especially Skeggy, that if there was, a door, unless it was amazingly well crafted, if it had been used in the last probably 5 years even, you could see the traces where the mold would be broken and scraped away. So you're fairly confident that there's nothing here.
Well, dagnabbit.
So we're all fairly confident there is nothing down here. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, I don't think anything here really.
Now we have to drag the body back up the stairs.
Nope.
Well, now him retreating down here makes some more sense.
He was just coming to take a nap, and we just happened to kill him.
In his house.
So you guys are headed back up?
Yeah, I think so.
Alrighty, good enough. So you guys get to the... Let's see if I can find you faster than you can find you. There you are.
Did anybody take a look on the body?
Nah.
I didn't think about that before we threw him down the...
Did you see how he was dressed?
Well, yeah, he was dressed like a hobo, but, I want to search the body.
Okay. He
I
has
had a tetanus shot.
Okay. Give me a... don't even bother. You do find at his waist a dagger, which is much too nice to be... definitely does not match the rest of his attire. And he also has a small pouch, and in that pouch is some stale and moldy cheese, and that kind of does match his attire.
¿Dónde está el queso?
Grubby bastard.
Okay, so cheese and a dagger.
Mm-hmm.
When we were back down in the little alcove with all the little where we just were, where we didn't find anything. Did we see anything that would resemble someplace the
Crackers?
dagger could fit or something like that?
No.
Okay.
That's I see what you're getting at, and no, yeah.
Okay. All right. Then
There was some vinegar wine, but
Oh, so we can have some vinegar wine with our moldy cheese.
moldy cheese. Yeah.
Good.
Look through his stuff at his little campsite.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And I want to show
why
them
don't
the dagger and everything.
Okay. Why don't each of you who is looking through stuff as opposed to keeping guard give me a perception check?
I do not find any stuff.
You might. 11, 12. And anyone else looking for stuff?
No way.
Okay, and then who's keeping guard? The rest of you, or just Awesomer?
Just me.
I'll keep
And
guard.
Skeggy.
Thank you.
All right. So
Awesomer
those of
and
you who are
Skeggy.
keeping
And
guard, give me perception checks, please.
oh, never mind. No.
I don't see squat.
Skeggy falls asleep. Awesome. So Napoleon and Death Tribble, you're sort of looking through the stuff, and you can see as you're sort of moving stuff around, you actually find behind this barrel here a brown rough canvas cloth that has been sort of tied up into a sack sitting on the floor, and next to it you can see that there is a black cloth also wrapped up, but it's more wrapped up I guess like around a book kind of. It's a rectangle, obviously something with sharp edges, and you can see as well that there is a short sword in a scabbard and a leather flask, all kind of hidden together behind that barrel that you moved out.
I'll take my dagger and try and flick off the covering on the book-like shape.
Okay.
I mean, is it wrapped like that, or is it in like a bag?
No, yeah, it just looks like black cloth that has been sort of folded over and then probably tied with a string, so you can snip the string with your dagger and then flip the cloth open.
Yeah.
And you find a pretty nice silver mirror.
Excellent.
Looks like something. You can see that it has some of the scroll work around it looks similar to what was in the temple that you were in briefly. Some sort of froggy artwork with vines and stuff wrapped around it.
Frogs.
Ribbit. And you get sucked into the mirror and
Woohoo!
no.
Rappan
you
Athuk's
die.
easy.
Well, when you put level 5 characters in a level 1 dungeon, I mean, shoot.
Yeah, you gotta upgrade. Okay, yeah, and there was also there was a short sword and
A flask and sort of a rough burlap sack.
I will take my dagger and try and kind of open up the sack a little bit.
Okay. So as you are doing that, let me.
We'll get attacked by the ghost of creepy guy.
Yeah.
Let's see, which was, so that's Awesomer there to the north, and I guess, are you guys all to the north, or any of you at the southern end of the room?
North.
I'm on the south end of the The bed,
those
I
of you
guess.
who are keeping watch.
If, no,
those of
yeah,
who are
if
keeping
nobody
watch.
is keeping watch down here, then
Okay.
I would.
You would do that? Okay.
Yeah.
Good enough. So Awesomer and Skeggy.
No, I'm going with her.
No, not Skeggy. Sorry, Skeggy falls asleep.
Yeah, I totally didn't.
Awesomer, you hear
I just need to cut ear holes in my helmet.
exactly, yeah, or dig the earwax out or something. You hear the faintest hint of music coming to you from somewhere up the hall there, and give me a culture check, history. I don't know, an intelligence
Insight?
check. No.
Dang, that's the only one I have good. Okay, I have history, -1. I don't have a culture. Okay, here's history.
Give me intelligence.
All right, do intelligence.
Or
That's even
performance
worse.
if you have it. Do you have performance?
Yeah, I do. Here goes. Oops, first one.
Okay.
Actually, you don't have performance.
Oh, I don't. You're right.
Bless
Whoa.
you.
Oh, sorry.
Zoom tat.
Did not have time to mute myself before that happened.
Yeah, that seems fine. So yeah, so it's a little music. You can definitely tell it's music.
I'm gonna bang Skeggy on the helmet and say, like whisper, like hit him like so he can feel it but not hear it, and whisper saying,
Okay.
tell everybody that it sounds like a party, but I don't think it is. Down at the end with music. Something tells me that it's not a good time over there, but let everybody know. And so, pass it on.
I turn to the room and go, he hears music!
At least it's
Awesome.
him.
All right.
So Death Tribble, as you're about to sort of pick apart this sack, you hear Skeggy yell, "That."
All right. Zach can stay here. I will move up to see what's going on.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check.
And you picked up the mirror, right, Skeeter?
Ooh.
I did.
And there was a burlap sack or a brown piece of burlap that didn't really have anything wrapped in it, or it did.
No, that's what he was. So there was a sack made out of burlap, so sort of
gotcha.
an ad hoc sack, and that's what he was just messing with. And then there was a flask and a short sword.
Okay.
I need from you, from Death Tribble, please, a. Now I have to look here. What are we in?
Come on, man. Don't you have the entire dungeon memorized by now?
Memorized? I'm pretty close.
He's still working through the wilderness expansion.
Good
It was a
luck
smaller
with
book,
that.
started with that.
Yeah, no. Wilderness has not happened. I think it's going to be a wisdom. Wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. I don't know how to do that.
So on the front of your sheet, there's a thing of saving throws and the word wisdom.
Yes.
So you get
Or
a
you can
20.
You figured that out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
20.
Okay. So yes, you're listening to this. As you get in, you recognize this, or you can hear that this is sort of a formal dance tune, like one might hear in court or something. And it's sort of brings you back a little bit. I don't know when Death Tribble last went dancing.
2 days ago.
He's at the club every Saturday night.
Hey, man, I got some culture.
But you have rhythm. That's more important, right?
Doesn't matter.
All right.
He tries. That's what matters.
Yeah, and you're sort of your mind sort of wanders back a little bit, and you're sort of about to start dancing a little bit, and then you realize where you are and that this is no time for tomfoolery.
There is always time for tomfoolery.
Yeah, you're told that the wrong guy. That's the. I'm not to meta this situation, but of all the people I know on Earth, he's the last one. I think you could say that to. Oh, anyway.
And it's coming from down this hallway?
It's sort of echoing around from the hall somewhere, and it's that was a pretty awesome perception check. It sounds like pipe music, flutes.
Can we roll the body down there? Or is it too far?
If you want to go downstairs and pick up the body from the basement, you can.
Who's got a good stealth?
I
mean,
think.
I'm decently stealthy for a gigantic snake person.
Can you see in the dark?
Yes, I can.
Well, you volunteered.
No, I did not add that.
I would like to start making my way down here because I can see in the dark. No, you will wait because I can see in the dark.
So right now, Awesomer's shield is lighting up, obviously, some of the area there.
Right.
Actually, yes, I can see in the dark 60 feet. I had to look it up.
Okay. I think we should go and investigate this, not with Shield Boy of Light.
Okay. Shield Boy of Light has to go as a meta thing, because the light spell he's casting is what's showing on the stream right now. I don't have two windows up, so you can pretend I'm not there, but he has to go, or it's going to be very uninteresting to our 5 viewers.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Well,
all right.
I had 2 up originally, but it was getting... I want to make sure this one worked this time as opposed to last week. Next week, this won't be a problem. Yeah. So.
All right, then
awesome.
We're going...
Actually, I can fix this. Hold on.
Okay.
I can fix this differently here.
Well, I didn't know how to say it, so.
Yeah, you can put vision on. You can give sight to Skeeter and I out to whatever
you guys
our
have
range
sight. That's not the problem. What I need to do is give control, and don't mess with it, Zach, because I know you're going to be tempted to.
Nope.
Let's see. So if I give this here to Zach.
Don't do it.
So now I believe that you should be seeing, as well as what Awesomer sees on your screen, you should see what Death Tribble sees.
I think that's true. He's got to move, and I can prove it.
Yep. So now we can send Death Tribble and Napoleon down the hall.
Perfect, yes. There we go.
Okay, so why don't, are you trying to be stealthy, or are you just...
I mean, reasonably, but I'm not going to...
Are those coffins?
Yeah, you guys saw the coffins before.
No.
I am stealthy as all get out.
I will make a stealth check.
I might as well have gone down that hallway.
Yeah. Wow.
Hey, we are seriously stealthy.
So you guys sort of.
Man, I can probably hear you guys from back where I am.
You can definitely hear them.
I'm going to go back there and join you in a minute.
As you look back at Awesomer and put that shield away, you guys kick some of the rubble and some of the rock sort of.
I trip on Patrick.
Exactly. Yeah, push into each other. Hey, man, stop it!
You walk over like Han Solo over Jabba the Hutt, like.
And yeah, it makes there's some noise. I mean, it's not crazy loud, but it is definitely not what you were hoping for.
So, which direction seems more pipe-like?
Definitely to the right.
Tell me when I have made a disastrous mistake.
Okay.
You made a disaster.
Yeah, it's good. You beat me to it.
So, give me a perception check, please.
Yay!
So yeah, so as you get to this part of the hall here, you can tell that the music is definitely coming from your right, and you can see up that hall that sort of there's a bend, and you're looking into a room that extends further than your vision, and oops. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like the way the dynamic lighting works. That's what you can see. Yeah, so yeah, and as you come in here, you can tell that you can just barely, I think. Actually, I can see what you can see. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I think you can see that you're in a big room. You can see a couple of openings to the north, and again, you don't see the far wall. So now you can see that there's to your right looks like a staircase down. You can see at the end a door, and you see that you're in you can see some coffins. Napoleon, can I get a wisdom saving throw from you, please?
Yes, you may.
Okay, so as you're sort of sneaking up behind Death Tribble, you get an irresistible, apparently, urge to start dancing this court dance, and you basically enter the room and start working your way in a large oval, like the court dances where the people are trading partners and sort of moving. But it's just you. But you're sort of doing this dance as you go around. And Death Tribble, you can recognize that he is doing sort of a formal court dance. Napoleon, you do see as you sort of get to the end of the room there that there is a statue of some kind of I guess Pan, basically a goat-legged shepherd boy with pipes, and you can tell that the music is coming there. You're not really paying attention to that. You're really just focusing in on the music. Death Tribble, are you doing anything in particular as he starts?
Yeah, I'm looking something up real quick.
Okay, cool.
So he pulls out a leatherette book.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
A leatherette book with silver writing on the front in Dwarven that says Dungeon of Graves.
He wrote it. He should remember all this.
So the sound is coming from the statue, as much.
Yeah,
as
and you haven't seen the statue yet, but you can tell it's coming from that end of the room.
How can I not have seen that?
Oh, can you see it?
Dude, I can see 120 feet.
I understand that, but there's walls in the way.
Oh, I thought you said that Patrick saw it.
Napoleon, yeah, exactly. Patrick sees it because he's been dancing. As he's dancing around the room, he is seeing things that you're not seeing because you're at the west end of the room.
Oh, okay. Well, I will.
Yeah.
Now
you can certainly tell that the music is coming from the east end of the room.
Now I can see it.
Now you can see it.
Strike a pose.
Nice.
Is that what the Yuan-Ti is doing? It's voguing.
Yes.
I twerk too occasionally.
No.
Oh boy.
You don't. No, you don't.
There might also be some Cabbage Patch going on.
Nope.
So is that a door in the extreme eastern end?
Correct. Yep.
The rest of us assume these two are dead, and we just leave.
So I confirm that it is coming from the statue.
Definitely. Yep.
How long would we be waiting back in
So
the
far,
back?
it's been
Long time.
it's
If it's up to me.
it's been maybe 5 minutes or so. I think they were moving, reasonably efficiently. They haven't gone very far. There's some stopping and sinking, and then this dancing thing. So I'm sort of curious as to how Death Tribble is what as you're thinking about as you're moving across the room, etc.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the cube,
Okay.
and I'm going to activate the nothing can pass through the barrier
Okay.
to see if that blocks sound
From you.
from anybody.
It has to surround you, right?
Yeah.
The cube. Okay.
So if I enact it right here where it would cut across and cubify that room, can I now not hear it?
Is it a 15-foot radius?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that is interesting to think about there.
It is. Yeah, it is 15 feet on a side.
Yep. Oh, 15 feet on the side?
Yeah.
Oh, that's much smaller then. Okay. There we go. Okay, so let me make. It's interesting. So you run whatever it is, the 5 or 6 charges up from that.
Right.
One living.
Well, that's not going to work.
What do you mean?
So, well, it's not going to do what I thought it would do.
You want
So,
to not do it before I answer your question?
yeah, because it's going to be, the area is bigger than the cube would be.
Gotcha.
So it is sort of irrelevant.
Okay.
I'm going to start going back.
Okay. So as you do, so you sort of work your way slowly up the hall and look around and think about things. And as you do, you see 3 skeletons come dancing out of the rooms of coffins, and they sort of get in line with Napoleon, and they are looking like they're going to join him. So that happens as you're walking by. Do you do anything, or you sort of run, walk by, join, fight?
I'm going to yell for my allies. Hey, yo!
And suddenly I feel
Come
like I'm
on
on
up.
an episode of Glee.
Yeah.
So Death Tribble's voice comes echoing through the chambers, and you guys hear him yelling.
I'm going to start breakdancing.
So you are still doing your nice courtly dance.
Oh.
So let's see. Awesomer, Skeggy, I need saving throws from you, please. Wisdom. And Jessica, are you intentionally going the other way, or are you?
No, Jessica's AFK at the moment.
No, she's back.
No, she's back.
Oh, she is? Oh, just guessing.
She might
I
be
think
muted,
she's
though.
muted. Yeah, we can't hear you, Liz.
Definitely muted.
I made one. Yay.
Sorry. I can't see the whole screen, so I don't know which direction you guys went in.
Hold on.
Cool. So if you go to the upper right-hand corner of the screen there, you can see a little vertical slide bar box thing.
Mm-hmm.
So on the map, top right corner of the map, you can zoom out. You slide the box down.
Way to go, Zach.
Yeah, I was trying to show, and then I hit the mouse button. Sorry. It's back.
Okay.
Did you find it?
Yes, I did.
Awesome. So they are up to the right, yeah. Okay. And let's see. So, and then I guess I need from some saving throw.
Oh, wow. Way to go, Zach.
I know.
Even again.
No, it's all in there now. I just wait for it to refresh.
I swear. Amateurs.
I'm learning to be a professional. But Rappan Athuk's been so easy. You guys are just dancing. It's like Oingo Boingo concert or something. So
That is a very odd reference to just throw out there.
Well, not really.
Dead Man's
'cause
Party, man.
Dead Man's Party? Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
Okay, so is this a wisdom saving throw or?
Listen, yep.
I don't know. There it is. I see it now. It finally popped up. Boom. No, it's the wrong place. Awesome.
Zach,
Yes.
are you going to be okay?
Yes. Something dangerous down there.
You have no idea.
Yep.
Wow.
Edwin, I don't know what happened here. Just so you know.
Okay, that we have lost screen capture. Is that what you're telling
No,
me?
I had screen capture, but what's the awesome part is I captured. There we go.
There it is.
It just
There you
popped
go.
up.
You just were in the
Yeah,
wrong
you just
place
need
on
to
the map.
center.
Yep.
So yeah, Liz, if I can get a wisdom saving throw from Jessica, unless you did already. There it is. Ooh, nice. Okay. So as you guys,
That wasn't
whoa.
even a 20.
As you guys come into the room, you see this dance going on, and you can actually see that there are now 6 skeletons who have joined in this big dance. And it's pretty lively. There's starting to be enough people that it sort of looks like a proper dance. They're able to do-si-do or whatever you call it when it's not square dancing. Maybe we'll Spanish make it a little pase doble. Anyway, you're starting to see the sort of the workings of a proper dance going on.
So skeletons, you say?
Yeah.
I do.
I was waiting for her to start talking.
I think there's going to be a turn undead in the very near future.
All right. So you can
There's definitely going to be a mauling.
You can definitely do that. So basically you have a couple usages of Channel Divinity, and if you say you are doing that, then I will roll saving throws for the skeletons and see if they succeed.
Okay.
So we can definitely do that. And yeah, I think I don't remember if you have 2 or 3 per short rest at this point in your career. I think you have 2 available, sort of but a short rest is only an hour, so.
I was going to say my character sheet is only showing a number 1 for Channel Divinity.
So maybe you only have. Oh yeah, okay. So you only have 1. Maybe it's at level 6 or something that you get your next one. So yes, you have 1 of those available. And let's see. So yeah, you can definitely do that. And are you? Is Skeggy leaping to the violence as well?
Yes.
Okay. So just so that you're all on the same page in this edition for Turn Undead. So 2 things that go on. One is you have the ability. Some of them will get destroyed if they're low enough challenge rating, just like old school. Basically, they are required to run until they take damage. So if whoever you hit is going to be no longer turned. Wow. Okay. So you hold up your holy symbol and do whatever it is that you do when you're feeling particularly anti-undead. And 4 of them just pulverize and drop to the ground.
Yes.
Good one.
Pretty nice. And I think we'd better roll ourselves some initiative. So actually, if you just select your token and roll, then that'll work.
No one's hated dancing that much as that Footloose guy in that movie, that preacher.
You know, I actually saw the original Footloose in the theater. I'm
Which
old.
one? Okay, hold on a minute.
Sure.
It worked.
That was very good, though, Liz.
You're
Yep.
younger than me, Patrick.
Not by much. Gonna be 42 this year.
Yeah, 3 years younger.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do you need us to, like, bring your lunch to school or something?
Yes, please.
By the way, I didn't get any insights when I turned 42. I was rather disappointed.
It's kind of how I felt when I turned 41.
Yeah, but 42 is the answer.
Yeah, and I was thinking, Douglas Adams said I would learn everything at 42.
all right, nerds, dial it back in.
Yeah,
Thanks,
got it
boss.
back in and play some D&D, nerds.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, that was
Nerds.
good. I actually I needed to get myself organized, so that was good.
I'm really glad that Skeeter didn't get made to dance too, because I'm afraid of how that would have turned out. You would
So we
have
got one left,
3
right?
hours, might have checked on you.
2
You don't
left.
think I can bust out some sick moves?
No, I'm just afraid of
Bad Mike. He's being bad Mike.
That is exactly what we are afraid of.
Come on.
So, okay, so we're in good shape here. So, move you somewhere. There we go. So yeah, Jessic stands and holds up her symbol. 4 of these skeletons crumple to dust. The other 2 turn and face the party. And let's see here. We'll do this.
Yeah, you're gonna face the party.
And this. And let's see here. 10, 20, 30,
Hey.
40,
Say
50.
40.
That's good.
Oh, okay.
Is this a good time for a fireball?
No.
And, okay.
The answer to that question
bring it
is
on.
always no.
Okay, so again, so one of Awesomer gets, Awesomer gets attacked by 1. With a 19. Does that hit?
Nope. 21.
21. Okay. It looks like 2 of them are coming at Death Tribble, and you have. So we've got a 15 and a 16 and a 17. No, 15 and 16. So those both hit. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 piercing damage as they stab at you with their sword. And 20. Yeah, I guess that one is going against Death Tribble as well. And also hits. Good thing you have Mage Armor up for 6 more damage. And we have made it to Death Tribble's turn.
Show him who's boss.
I think we're going to burn.
Baby.
We're gonna burninate.
Okay.
Burninating the peasants.
With the skeletons of the peasants.
DC 15 dex.
So can I catch all 3 of them?
Not Let's see.
Or just the two of them?
I think just. Oh, I see. Right, the three of them that are in a line to the north of you.
Yes.
Um,
I don't know if that third one is too far out of my range.
Yep. It's a good question there. Let's see here. Burning hands. Fire coming out. Each creature in a 15-foot cone. So this is 15 feet. So yeah, I think it's too close to you to still be in range is the problem. So yeah, it hasn't spread out enough by the time it gets back. So you'll get those first two there.
All right, fair enough.
And
Oh,
that one.
That is just
and
terrible.
That's a DC 15, and you do either 10 or 5.
I choose 10.
If given a choice.
Yep. So yeah, so you hit two of them, and then boy, this is kind of a pain in the buttocks. I feel kind of like okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Jessic, your turn.
Okay. If I can get to any of the skeletons, I will attack with my Mace of Disruption.
Awesome. Yeah, you
Ooh,
can
yeah.
definitely get one that is right there in your face.
Oh, we were supposed to select magic items too, weren't we? I think almost all of us forgot to do that last time.
No, all of us did not.
No, I picked one. I can't remember what it is though.
I've got a dagger.
There you go.
So a 10, huh? So you swing, and it kind of dances out of the way.
I'd forgotten that Mace casts light also. I probably didn't need to cast a light spell.
That's all right.
Skeggy.
Yeah, I channel divinity.
Did you want to? I guess did you want to move at all, or are you pretty happy where you're at there?
Well, I'm trying to get back to where.
Oh, so you're having? I can send you.
My cat walked on my keyboard and sent me back.
And now he's eating your ear.
No, he's loving on my ear. Actually, where I am is pretty good. I'm casting channel divinity.
Okay. To do what?
To turn them.
Okay.
Turn the unholy.
1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. It looks like. So I think. Let's see. How do I? Is it GM roll? We'll find out.
GM roll. You make a wisdom save, and if they fail, they get turned.
All right. So what's your DC?
Yeah.
Should be
I gotta put my character sheet up again. My wisdom modifier is 0.
That's how D&D works. Gotta have your character sheet, man.
Well, I had
burn.
Zach drove him all the way over here, and he didn't bring his
My
character
spell
sheet.
save DC is 12.
12. Okay. 2. Okay. So this guy. And you're a paladin, right?
Yeah.
Do you turn them, or do you have the destroy undead thing yet, or is that at higher levels for you?
I don't know. I had everything up, and then everything went back.
Okay. So let's see.
I was looking at rules.
Skeggy, you do not. You have sacred weapon and turn the unholy. Okay. Okay. So
Yeah, turn the unholy. No, destroy them.
Right. Yep. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 5 and okay. So you hold up your holy symbol and start chanting to the deity of dwarves.
Deity of kick undead butt. That's what the deity is.
Kick undead butt, and
Yeah.
you are
And
pretty
chew
happy with
bubblegum.
that. Anything else on your turn there? Are you good?
I think when I do that, that's my only.
Well, you
pretty
could
much
move. Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay. Awesomer. You are either muted or gone or just not
I'm
talking.
muted, sorry. I'm a longsword, and this guy right here.
Okay.
All right.
Go for it.
All right, here we go. And
Nice. That is a hit. And you probably get 2 attacks.
I do.
Did I turn
That's
3 of them?
Not. What?
Did I turn 3 of them?
Yeah.
Red dots are? Okay.
Yeah. You think you turned 3 of them. Yep. So you hit him hard. Bones go flying. He does not collapse.
Do I attack again then? Okay.
You sure can.
There we go.
Oof. Beautiful. So yeah, this time it just collapses in a heap of dust.
Rappan Athuk easy.
Anything else you want to try and do?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
I was going to hide behind the cleric, but I don't think that's very cool, so I'll wait where I am.
All right. So going against Death Tribble here, 15 is a hit, right?
It is.
6 and 2. So 4 more. You're getting dinged and battered.
So that was 4 more.
4 more, and that was this guy, and then this guy pops out of the wall and goes after Skeggy. 12 misses, I assume.
Can you do
Yes.
this again, Chuck?
Comes out right behind Jessic. Does a 15 hit you, Jessic?
I am armor class 18.
Woohoo.
And you are able to shield to keep that one away from you. And Napoleon, you can give me a saving throw.
Oh, yay. Maybe I will stop dancing.
You can dance. You can dance.
If you want
you
to,
leave-
you can leave your friends
You can
behind.
keep on dancing.
Yep,
All right.
I am going to. I'm going to continue skipping through this cornfield here.
Well,
Skeggy, would you like to join me? We can recreate the video.
I was like, I'm no friend of yours because if I don't dance,
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna. I'm
I'm
gonna
no
dance
friend
if
of-
I want to.
I'm
Coming
gonna
up
go into
against
the Weird Al
Awesomer
song
here.
This.
And this guy is already in Awesomer's face, and he swings at you and misses.
In your face.
I chortle.
You do chortle. I think you are a good chortler. And I think we are now... That's only... So it looks like it's all them now, because you guys have all gone. So I can bring the rest of them out into the world. And basically, as this is happening, you're seeing, coffin lids getting tossed aside, and dust is flying everywhere, and these things it's like cockroaches just spewing out of the walls there.
Rappan Athuk easy.
Stop saying that!
This time I didn't mean it.
This guy comes in here on... Just somehow Death Tribble ended up in the wrong place. Ooh, that's a hit. For 6 more points of damage. And this guy comes out on Skeggy with fumbles, sort of trips as it comes out of the wall. This one is already attacking Death Tribble, it looks like. 15 hits again. For 7.
We need to fix his armor class.
Well, keep him out of the front line.
That's
Or
not
kill a few
we can't
people.
do that. So that's one thing we can't solve. We can solve his armor class, not his intent.
That's true. And you said 18, right, Liz?
Yes.
Okay, and this one is on Death Tribble. We're back around at the top of the round with a miss. So yeah, you're just completely swarmed here. This is against Skeggy getting attacked. It's massive. Ooh, that's an 18. Does that hit you, Skeggy?
Yes, it does.
Little dwarf blood. That's going to get the sharks going. 7 points of damage as one of them slips sword up under your.
Okay. How do I
armor?
put the 7 points on? I screwed it up last time.
So click on Skeggy's token, and the green circle should come up. And then type -7 in the green circle and hit return.
Even if I get like a... Whoa. That did way more
reduced
than...
it by 7. Yep.
No, it didn't.
You can also...
reduced it. It did -12, -7. It reduced me by 19, so wait.
Oh, so you wanted to... Yes, you want to... So you can just type in the actual number and hit return. But yeah, you have to overlay the other...
I added +12. It had a -12 on there from before, so...
Okay, yep. So this one is on Death Tribble, it looks like there. Ooh, that's going to hit. 3 points. So yeah, Death Tribble is just getting knocked around. And this guy is dead, and now it's Death Tribble's turn. So you've just been getting clocked from all sides of the clock, so to speak.
Cube of Force.
Awesome.
Are we getting a buzz again? Because I'm getting one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am getting buzz again. Yeah, big buzz.
Sorry, but it's me.
Just log off and log back in. We'll wait.
Away.
You're too important in an undead fight.
It's going away now.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's coming back. Oh.
I will try getting off again and re-signing on.
Okay.
So the cube is 15 feet on a side.
Yep.
I'm going to get massively...
So that's 15 feet. Yep.
Okay. And this is the keeps out unliving matter.
Okay. Now,
so are they inside of that range?
They are definitely on you. Those guys are now. They may lose some hands and stuff like that, but they are definitely there.
Oh, fantastic.
Now it won't trap them there, I don't think.
Well, couldn't he have... Oh, yeah, he would have gotten attacked if he runs, right?
Blah, blah, blah. Charges. Barrier of invisible force springs up, centered around you, lasts for a minute until you blah, blah, blah. If your movement can't pass through, I don't think they could... Non-living can't pass through. I don't think they can go in either direction. So they would be trapped there with you. So you can save your party heroically.
This looks not wise, but wise for us, but not for...
Now you could, so mechanically you could disengage and run, and that would avoid all the opportunity attacks. And if they don't come out after you, then obviously next round you could make your... you could set your cube of force up.
Well, where is... yeah, I'm going to bail instead of doing that.
Okay. So yeah, so for your action, you can disengage, and that means they don't get opportunity attacks, and then you can move your 30 feet, or whatever your movement is, as you see fit, and no one can make an opportunity attack against you. That
Are the squares 10 feet?
10 feet, yep.
There's a reason why we're changing that.
So that's what I had the guy you murdered do as he was sneaking around. I didn't say it, but he basically disengaged and moved, and that's why you didn't get any attacks on him as he was moving by you.
Okay. Then I'm going to do that.
Okay, cool. And you don't have anything as a warlock. You're a warlock, right?
Yeah.
Didn't you kill stuff and your hit points go up or something?
I haven't killed anything.
Oh.
I blasted a bunch of things, but I didn't kill them.
As an action, yeah. Okay. So that works. That's all good.
But he can sit in the back and blast things and get hit points back.
So we were on Death Tribble. Okay, so we are now here. So this guy. So now Awesomer is getting attacked again. Whew. They're horrible. They're just scared of you. Not surprising.
Yeah, strangely attracted to me. Yeah, it happens.
These
There's
people
too many.
Okay, so let's see here. I think 20, 30. 10, 20, 30 is there. And there. Okay, so this guy is attacking Awesomer again. Ooh, that's going to hit. No, 21 you said, right?
Nope.
Wow, that's amazing. Skeggy, your turn. You are surrounded by the dancing skeletons that are attacking with short swords.
Yeah. Let's see. How come it's not doing the fancy thing for me?
Clicking the fancy button?
No, I'm trying to indicate which one I'm attacking.
Oh, press and hold. There you go.
Oh, okay, so that one.
Okay.
With my maul.
Awesome. Oof, yeah, brutal.
Nice.
Yeah, you give it a good smack with the maul.
Is it
dead?
dead?
Less happy. It is not dead. Well, it's undead. It's still dancing.
Well,
still doing the dance. Death.
Then I smack it again because I have 2 attacks.
Okay. This time it definitely crashes to the ground in a pile of bones. Anything else?
Well, if I not without giving them attacks of opportunity, so I'm staying right there.
Jessica, you also are surrounded by these things. They're just crawling at you.
I will try to attack again with my Mace of Disruption.
Okay. Ooh, even worse.
Lathander has turned his sight from me.
Apparently you bought the left-handed mace, and you should have bought the right-handed mace.
Oh, man.
It happens the best of
You're going to have to go back to the mace dealer and...
See, obviously, I am left-handed, but my character is right-handed. I should have...
That's where you got confused.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
I'll be right back.
Is there anything else?
Okay.
Anything else you want to try and do?
I'm kind of afraid that I'll do even worse. Let's see.
You don't have...
Yeah.
No, you definitely don't. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I don't think I can do multiple...
No, I don't think you have multiple attacks, and I don't think you have any interesting bonus actions. So, I think that...
so...
All right, Awesomer.
Well, I want to attack this one right here with advantage. Okay. I just wanted to say it. I don't have any advantage. I just wanted to be able to. I feel like I'm playing 5e. Hold on. Okay, longsword first attack. All right.
That's a hit.
Oh, nice.
And then he's not dead, so I do it again.
Okay. It's pretty good. Still not dead, but it definitely chips and bones and shoulder blades are going around as if it were out of style. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that guy already moved. Okay, so he's done. This guy here is going to see if he can get a little blood out of Skeggy. How about a 23? That'll hit.
No. I'm using Dwarf Foo.
Okay. So your dwarf foo takes 6 points of damage.
Oh, I thought you said dwarf poo, and I'm like, I just wasn't gonna say anything.
No.
And
Why would
was
I say that?
"Yeah, okay.
Why would I say that?
Because it's you.
Because it's Chuck, yeah.
No, I don't say poo.
That's true.
Welcome back,
But what
Skeeter.
you do say, you don't say now because
Thank
we're
you.
recording.
I
And
say
another
pieces.
hit on Skeggy for 8 points of damage.
Okay, this is just mean now. God,
Yeah, it sure is.
Being mean. Stop hitting me.
I'm the most persecuted member of this party ever.
After Death Tribble. So the next guy is going to attack you too. 23 is going to hit. Whew. Brutal. 3 points of damage. They're whittling away now to you. And now we have moved on to Jessic. Let's see if they can hit Jessic a little bit. 13 does not hit.
Are these skeletons black?
No, they are not.
They're not? Are they covered in lead?
Covered in rotted.
I'm sure we have
clothes.
a sorcerer or something happening right now. That'd be handy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm dancing.
So I think that's interesting. So here's a good 5e question if we want to take a moment out of combat.
Okay.
Since it's 9 o'clock. So as written in Swords and Wizardry, in a not very 5e way, this is every third round the character gets a saving throw, and that's what we've done so far. That is, of course, a pain in the butt to administer, because who knows when it's been every third round.
Wait.
Any DM worth their salt that has a little 6-sided dice that they flip over?
So other than not me, no.
All of our customers are
casting
competent
dispersions.
GMs. All of our customers are competent GMs. I want to add that.
No, I do know that Napoleon attempted a saving throw on the last round, so it is not every third round, and that was the third round of activity.
Right, it should be every round. At the end of their turn,
Well, that would be the 5e thing to do, right?
Mhm.
But on the other hand, that means it's much less dancing.
depending on what the DC is, yeah.
He's a
raise the
snake
DC.
anyway.
Yeah, you could raise the DC. So, I mean, it really comes down to, do you want to
Keep someone
make
out
it
of
very
combat.
challenging? Do you want people to have to run? I mean, by all means, we should probably, Death Tribble should probably run.
He's trapped
Death
right
Tribble's
now.
going to preserve himself in a second. He's all set. He's got his force cube on the ready. Hope
Okay.
maybe he might get attacked. He might get killed.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a lot of dancing. It could be less dancing. It just depends on, I mean, if you want to leave it up to chance or if you want to make it harder.
Well,
I mean,
If it's a standard 5e thing, then they should just save every round.
I think that's
I
I mean,
mean,
this
player
isn't supposed to be the most difficult challenge in the dungeon.
It's
Right,
easy.
right. And the DC is pretty low. I mean, it's only a 14. Napoleon,
Right.
currently, as I have it set. We just had 2 lousy rolls. So it is likely that you would not. I mean, 4 out of 5 of you made it, of course, right to be.
Well,
And
and this is geared for lower level
right.
adventurers than we are, so it shouldn't be like an insta kill.
Right.
Oh, he's dancing. Now he's dead.
This many skeletons? I think
Well,
skeletons were added, right?
No, I didn't add any skeletons. It was the attack that actually brought them out. So they would have just come out slowly and danced without any violence being done. But of course, a cleric can't just let that happen. I mean,
So
that
are we
was
going to
definitely the
pause
right
here
thing to do.
and talk about
Neither
the
can my
conversion,
paladin.
or are we going to keep on?
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah, okay, I'm done. That's what I figured. So
That was the
What
perfect time.
I was gonna say about 5e though is that I believe part of the philosophy is don't have people twirling their thumbs
Yep.
Exactly.
yeah,
too much,
That's
and
what I
that's
was gonna
what
say,
every
same.
third round would definitely leave a player bored and going to the fridge and
Right.
checking
Yeah.
his phone.
Yeah, no, and it's an interesting thing to think about, because there's a couple places in Rappan Athuk that has things like this. Now, I guess you could choose to keep dancing. I guess that could be an option. You don't have to attempt the saving throw. There's stuff that happens if you dance for an hour, and even in Swords and Wizardry, where that's only 60 rounds or 20 saving throws, nobody except maybe Zach is going to fail all of those.
I definitely would.
I could possibly fail them all as well.
I did once actually run for 12 rounds straight, failing a saving throw every round, and it did suck because the combat happened. I ran. I survived, of course, because I was not anywhere near the combat, which is kind of fun. Yeah, so that's sort of an interesting... and I guess it's not also clear. I mean, another thing one could do, of course, is let the person dance and attack and just have a penalty to the attack, which is implied here. It's not. It says attacking characters have a -3 to hit, which I'd turn into disadvantage. So I suppose that's another option, is just to say, well, you're still dancing, but you can do what you want, except you can't leave the room or something.
1 second, guys. I'll be right back for this.
Yeah,
Right.
so it says the dancing characters have a -3 to hit. So you can attack if you're dancing. You're not just
Right. You're
out
not
of the
twiddling
combat.
thumbs necessarily.
I would say there would probably be an issue with spell casting.
Yeah, I would make a
Concentration.
concentration save required to cast
Right.
spells, probably.
Unless it's
I would
an
only-
instant spell.
Yeah, I was about to say that if it was an instant spell, I wouldn't put a concentration check on it.
Oh, I would say that if it has somatic components, then either that. Well, if it's a spell with see, that's the thing. If it's a spell with an attack, then you have disadvantage on attacks already. So that's
Yeah.
fine. But then people would just cast a spell with a saving throw, which is fine. I mean, that's how you work the mechanics. But the question is whether you could actually perform the somatic component properly while you are dancing.
So
Well,
when you're
it
dancing,
depends
do you
on the
have to
spell.
be? Yeah, do you have to be in like form, or
It's getting a little too. I think
Oh.
you can point I think if it's like magic missile, which the somatic component is pointing. I think you
Well,
can work
well,
that.
who knows?
I would think you
well, the
can work
somatic-
a point into the dance.
I mean, the somatic component is not defined in any spell, really, right? I mean, we all have in our heads what goes on, and
Yeah.
obviously we would differentiate. I wouldn't think from spell to spell. I think that would get too cumbersome.
yeah, I'm just, so when I was saying about form, it's just like you might not be able to cast if your hands are tied, that kind of
Right.
stuff. It's
Right.
so that's why I was saying.
Oh,
if you can't,
I was
bring
thinking
them-
like if you have to vogue, then you can't get the.
Well,
Yeah,
that's,
no.
that's something, right? I mean, that's really the
So-
but it's really more a question of what's fun and what's easy, and what kind of makes sense.
Well, I wouldn't say what's easy, but just is not cumbersome.
I meant easy, not to survive. I meant easy from a
Right,
mechanic
and that's why
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying cumbersome. What's
Yeah.
what's not a cumbersome mechanic? So what's
Yeah,
lightweight?
that's what I meant by easy. Easy for the player, not the character.
Yeah,
Right. I think the -3 is good, or the
No,
disadvantage.
I would make it
Disadvantage.
disadvantage, definitely.
Yeah.
But, and
Skeeter,
then
were you about to add something to that?
Well, I don't know what what you could do for spells to have disadvantage, but it has to be based on somatic or not somatic. You
Well,
can't start defining what, because somebody's gonna
you
not
wouldn't
even
say
care
spell.
about. Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, one thing you could do is you could just say that spells that are an attack roll have disadvantage.
Yeah.
So, because you're
Yeah, if it requires a ranged
Basic.
spell attack, it's at a disadvantage.
I think
Right.
that would probably be the way to handle it.
So yeah, what I had originally written down here was disadvantage on attacks and dexterity and strength saves if you are dancing.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And then we could keep it every 3 rounds, because now the player doesn't get bored. They just have less. It's just harder for them to do what they want to do. And then
Right.
it also So for spellcasters, it sort of limits your choices a little bit because you're going to be wanting to cast spells that have a saving throw as opposed to spells that have an attack roll. And that's fine. It's still limiting your... And I think the spells are set up. But generally, every spellcaster has a saving throw-based cantrip that does damage. Not many of them. So even if they don't want to use spell slots, they can still basically do a normal... so Sacred Flame or whatever the...
Yeah, it limits their options if they want to avoid the thing, which I think is a valid response to it. So
that seems reasonable. Why are you not?
I have a question for Skeeter.
Uh-oh.
No, seriously, it's like, after seeing the Roll20, do you see why the RA maps, the 5-foot squares, are a bigger deal in the VTT?
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but that, unless, because Edwin, did you put this grid on here?
No, this is the 10-foot grid that was on the map already.
Okay.
What I did was I told it that this much distance is 10 feet, and so when we bring out this ruler tool here, it is correct.
Okay.
And that's basically just telling it how big the pixels are.
I get the grid issue, but I don't know how much of that Robert can fix, because I don't know if that grid is part of the original maps that can't be changed. I don't know how the original. I don't know if they were flattened or what all of the stuff is.
They were flattened.
Well, you know what? He has gotten rid of. The stone tile in the original maps has cracks and lines all over it.
Right.
Yeah, Ed Burrell's maps.
And he's obviously gotten rid of that.
Yeah, I can ask him what
and
he
I would
can
actually
and can't
say
do.
that he is actually, this grid is different than the grid that was in there. So I think he has gotten rid of the old grid and put in a new grid.
So
I think so. You think he drew over top of the old one?
Well, the old grid is not continuous, because if you look, where the tiles are cracked,
No, I
meant
the old map. He
right. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly.
Map.
That I think the old map, at least the old grid lines. Yeah, I think it's all been. I think he's drawn over it.
So
because there's changes. Things are nicer, better, rounded corners.
If he can do that, that is perfectly, I understand, and that's awesome if he can set it up. Even with something like this, with this grid right here, he could probably bisect it or quadrisect it into 5-foot squares.
Yeah.
That would be relatively simple. I was unsure if he was taking the previous maps, if it's, 5 times as much work to do that, then that may not be
cutting out there, Skeeter. I don't know if you're
viable.
Or maybe that's my end. Maybe my internet
It's
died.
on your end. I could hear him fine.
Yeah, so could I.
So yeah, we just have to talk to him, and it may be a matter that we have to be on a group email so you guys can ask the specific questions for what you want of the maps.
We have
just
a whole
to verify
document
that
for
you can
we'll
do
go over with you later, but I just want to know if you saw why we pushed it so
Oh,
much
yeah.
before. Okay.
Yeah. No, I got it before. It's
Okay.
just I'm trying to also see it from his side. If
Sure.
it's going to be, $300 a map to do these changes so we can make VTT maps, then it becomes a much bigger deal whether it's cost effective to do, 200 maps like this.
And it'll be easier with new products since we're having new maps created from the ground up. So, but yeah, with the one where you're trying to redo the original maps, yeah, it could get quite expensive.
Is it
And
possible to
Rappan Athuk isn't the example we should base this on, because there are, 100 plus maps plus the player's version of these maps.
Yep.
Yeah.
So most of our products are not going to be of this scope. So,
Is it possible to overlay an invisible grid that it will snap to if we make one on the Roll20 maps?
I hope you're not asking me.
No, I'm not.
Are you talking about an invisible grid? When you say that, do you mean
Invisible to players, but so you wouldn't see it on the screen, so it wouldn't mess with the map that's drawn, but it would be able to actually snap.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? If you want to snap characters to a grid, and I just got a yes, it is notice from someone watching us on there. Thank you, Ian.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's Mad Sweeney is watching us?
Yes. In fact, he was doing his best to make me crack up on stream.
I'm sure.
And he accomplished it.
Okay.
Sorry, I was having some internet issues and I missed most of that conversation, but
We'll
I think
have
I
it
heard
again on
enough
a private
pieces.
chat.
We're going to have it again, exactly.
Yeah, so that's
what
fine.
I understood.
Yep.
So,
Go ahead, Zach.
So I learned something today about turning off my Logitech mouse shortcuts because that's what got the map disappearing on us that time. I have a buttons mapped to it for InDesign, and then I left them on, and so that's something I learned today. so sorry about that.
I was going to ask, and I don't know how much anybody has followed the Tomb of Annihilation that's coming out, the next one from WotC. But they are adding a meat grinder mode. And as part of 5e, so when you go down to 0 hit points, you start making death saves. You have to beat a 10. If you fail, you lose 1 death save. So you have 3 total death saves. You fail those, you're dead. They're changing it to where in meat grinder mode, you have to beat a 15. So we'd been talking a little bit about frog mode, and Bill had brought up a good point about, or Matt actually had brought up a good point about it's them against the, or the players against the environment and stuff like that. So I'd kind of like to hear, I don't know who all's watching, but I'd like to hear what people think about making it a little bit more challenging. So giving them the option of normal mode and then frog mode, where not only it changes the death save, but you might have say higher DCs on saving throws and stuff like that.
So I think,
using max or average damage, that kind of stuff.
I mean, I would sort of say that there's really 2 things that should be separated when we start talking about this, because there are things that are not based on the adventure, such as your death saving throws, that are play modes that would be easy for any group to do at any time with any dungeon. Right? So that would just be, here's a bunch of suggestions that that WotC is doing, that we've thought about doing, that you could use to make the dungeon different. And then there are things which are intrinsic to an adventure, which is the DCs for a given trap, or the to a lesser extent the hit points to a monster, and I think those are cumbersome to. I mean, obviously we can say use max hit points for all monsters or whatever, right? And that's on the GM then. Cranking up the DCs for everything, that's just, you just remember that, I guess. But it seems a little bit like I think there's something, like I don't think we would want to have these sort of, here's a monster and then in parentheses here's the monster on hard mode, like, except for maybe a few very special encounters where you say, when you go up against the dragon, if you think you want to really crank it up, here's some ways to make. Because I think that's sort of in the GM's world. Any of that kind of stuff. If I want to add 10 more skeletons, or if I want to max out their hit points or increase their to hit, all that stuff is sort of what a GM does.
But is frog mode about making it impossibly difficult, or is it about how we write our adventures?
I think those are the things I'm trying to separate out. Is there's how you write the adventure, which is about the adventure, and then there's how you play the game. What house rules do you use to play the game, which is how you play the game. And I think we want to keep those separated. And I'm not saying that we don't want to write hard adventures, but I think this frog mode thing is maybe more of a play style than an adventure writing.
Oh, it's
question.
definitely a play style. Completely agree with that. And that's why we don't want to force it on anybody if that's not their thing. We want to give them the option to play the game how they want to play it. But
then all we have to do is I'm suggesting a sidebar. I know it's ludicrous, but write a sidebar in the beginning or a note in the beginning, like here are some things you could do to increase the difficulty of the adventure if you feel you need to.
And that's exactly what I'm thinking about for frog mode. It's just and the thing is, we would just be using suggestions for. We could just use suggestions for alternative rules that are in the DMG. So not ones that we want a house rule or whatever, but there's a whole lot of really great options in the Dungeon Master's Guide to make it more of a grittier, harder feel. And
I mean, I guess.
Well, if that stuff is already in the DMG, why are we?
Because it's just an option.
Then they already have the option in the DMG.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, this would be a preface in every single adventure that gets published. I don't understand. I mean, I could imagine like level 3C at the beginning where we describe secret doors and blah blah blah. We could say in this level here are some cool ways to make it more difficult. Like, that would be adventure specific. But I don't understand.
Or just in the preamble to the book or something, you could say, "Hey, there are rules in a paragraph." If you have So if you want to make it harder, there are rules in the DMG, and you just mention the rules,
right?
Or in this section, and leave it at that. It's just remind them that it's available.
Right. And it's not really regurgitating the rules. It's just saying, hey, you could do these things to make it a little bit more of a specific feel. Now, I do understand what you're going at, Skeeter, saying that if they're already in the DMG, then they've already had them. That's partially true, but there's they don't really require the DMG to run the game. All you really need is the SRD, and you can go.
Right.
So then there could also be, if we do come up with our own frog rules, that
then we should make it a PDF on our site. But
that's what I was thinking. It's almost more like a
that would be the
PDF.
It's not something that has to go in every adventure, just something that's a supplement.
I guess my issue with this is why do they even have a different mode to the rules? Is this because somebody made an adventure that they figured out was super easy, and now they need a tough setting? Because Rappan Athuk as written is gonna be hard.
No, I completely agree. I'm not talking about Rappan Athuk. I'm talking about say the little 1 to 2 session adventures we've got that come out in Quests of Doom and that kind of stuff. I guess it's more to add flavor, and I'm not sure why they added meat grinder mode. I haven't. I
mean, there's lots of optional rules. I mean, basically, I feel like they're sort of looking to help make people happy, right? And help different types of groups play different types of games, and I think that's all cool. And there's no reason we can't do that. And there's no reason that Frog God can't say these are some house rules, effectively that we enjoy that make it feel like games that But of course, we wouldn't agree on what those were because we all have different ones that we like and don't like.
And wouldn't that be something? I mean, if we're talking about doing a separate PDF, wouldn't that be something that would go in the campaign setting? That just says, "Hey, the Lost Land campaign settings will kill you. Here is a list of
PDF.
Here's a list of things, options found you know,
I mean,
in the DMG.
We should even give them guppy mode, you know?
Yeah, that's
to
the
make
issue.
things not
If
so
we're gonna,
hard, you know?
if we're gonna start modifying things
Or
for different
tadpole.
modes, it's, you know, right. Do we do a tadpole mode
No.
for begin? No, I'm not being an
I'm
asshole.
serious.
No, I know
No,
you're
no,
not.
no,
I know
no,
you're
yeah.
not.
Being serious, I understand.
I'm
that.
just like for people who are just starting off on the game. Do we have a tadpole mode where, you know, here's some rules, here's a little bit more hands-on help with DMing and stuff like
Here's
that?
how you
A
can.
deck of
Here's
tadpole
how.
cards.
No, here's how beginning players could, you know, you could help them not get squished every 3 feet in RA, you know.
I mean, I think there's some. I feel like the more interesting part of this is really on the adventure side, as opposed to on the rule side. I mean, I know like with Zach for Death and Taxes. I mean, we did have, you know, here we had a couple pages of here's ways that are interesting, that are sort of part of the story that can make that can make these encounters more or less difficult. These are some knobs you can turn that are interesting and fun that we're telling you because we've thought about them. You're going to come up with your own knobs, but here's a few. And that I think is interesting, not as a rule thing, but as a story or adventure.
Specific.
Yeah, you know. So if you want to, you know, add spikes to your traps in this location, this might be, you know, that might be fun. Or if you feel that, you know, here's a way to change this dancing skeleton encounter that is interesting but more or less difficult, and it's more interesting than simply more hit points or more skeletons or whatever. It's, you know, here's a neat little mechanic, and I think the reason that we could do that is because we have people who have spent hundreds of hours in this adventure, and probably have some neat ideas. And I could see that as sort of at the beginning of each level, even, or maybe not every level, but wherever we have good ideas. You know, here's what the secret doors are like. Here's the detect evil for the floor, and here's some knobs you could look at. But I feel like on the rule side is less interesting for a company that writes adventures. I mean, I could see that as a memo from Bill, like, hey, here's how, you know, I don't run adventures often, but when I do.
Yeah, and so maybe I'm maybe one of the things that I had in mind was a little bit of the things you would find in Bill's Book of Dirty Tricks. You know, some of his little things or some of our little things that would make things a little bit more interesting. And I just said things, and I think like 4 times in one sentence.
Applications of that would be really cool. A little sidebar that says, here's a great place to insert this dirty little trick. I think that would be
Book
fun.
of Dirty Tricks, page 32. Though, but you said memo from Bill, which I thought was hysterical, but I have a mute on when I started laughing. So
the only problem with that is I think we're going to add significant. If we do that seriously, add to the book all these little extras.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to jack up the page count. It's going to break everything up, and it should actually be a 5e Bill's Book of Dirty Tricks. I mean, just do a 24-page or whatever side book that's
Skeeter's
like, if you want to play on, no, it'd be like Patrick's Book of Dirty Tricks. If you want to play Frog God Games Adventures on Frog Mode, here's some things, and then draw examples from Rappan Athuk or Sword of Air or Lost City of Baracus where, hey, here's this trap or this encounter, and to put it on Frog Mode, we suggest blah blah blah.
Okay.
That might be something we use that way when somebody buys the adventure, Rappan Athuk or Stoneheart Valley or whatever, they don't have all this extraneous stuff if they don't want it.
Sure.
That's
I think that's a good idea.
because doing another DM aid like Bill's Book of Dirty Tricks, it could just, or Tome of Adventure Design, it could be the Lost Lands Book of Dirty Tricks, or Book of whatever.
But it could be a supplement. Yeah, it could be a supplement if something is big enough to handle 20 or 30 pages of specific tricks for it. It could be a supplement for anything big,
and
or it could be generic stuff.
Well, while we're talking about it, I think that offering in that book a tadpole mode would actually be beneficial.
Because there are people who just would go both ways. I mean, I think they would be fun things you could do in both directions.
Because we did that for Wizard's Amulet. Wizard's Amulet has like a total, if you're starting out, here are some things to remember, here are some things that might help you out. That would be fantastic. And then if you're an experienced DM and your players are very experienced and you want to jack up the challenge rating, not the lethality, but the challenge.
Right.
How about trying this? There could be an entire section on Scramge.
I mean, there are already in Rappan Athuk, and I assume in basically anything any of us have written, little asides to the GM, right? I mean, we all do it. It's in every adventure ever published. I
never break the fourth wall.
He breaks the fifth wall.
He breaks walls. That's like the Kool-Aid Man, but
yep. Or so there was never a first, second, or third wall. Skeeter kicked him down.
Okay, so time out from all of the bald guys. Shush.
That's what I was about to say.
Liz, would you like to say anything? We have just been rambling.
Oh gosh. Quite frankly, this is my first time through Rappan Athuk, or Rappan Athuk, so I don't have an awful lot to add one way or the other. I would probably be one of those tadpoles. It's like, I've never been through this adventure.
So that's an excellent segue. So would a separate product that gives you kind of some baseline tips or tricks, would that be value added?
Players' dirty tricks.
I suppose. I mean, my regular gaming group, we only just started playing 5th edition a couple of months ago. We had gone through the box set, the introductory adventure in it, maybe, I guess, a couple of years ago when it first came out, and then we didn't touch 5th edition again until, just now. So I'm kind of learning my way through 5e. I think for someone like me, that could be very helpful. But on the other hand, if you've got the player's handbook and stuff, with you, then I don't know what I'm saying. I mean, I think it could be helpful, but I don't think it is, vital. It's something that would be nice to have.
Right. Well, I mean, not for nothing, but the 5e player's handbook is not laid out in the most awesomely intuitive way.
No, but I come from Holmes Basic, and anything after that, it's like, this is amazing.
Well, let me back it up a little bit though, because maybe I'm misunderstanding Skeeter's thing. Are you because I guess again I'm thinking about the difference between rules and play style or story. I mean, is this sort of make sure you have your 10-foot pole and that you're checking for traps because this is a game with traps in it, or is this here's how you use your? I mean, I don't think we need a player's handbook cliff notes, but I could see something like the way this adventure is laid out, there are certain styles of play that are going to get you killed quickly.
I guess it would be more like, kind of what we're doing right now. It'd be more of a Frog God Games designer notes. And like how the rules apply to scenarios we're famous for, like Bill's "you're gonna die" traps.
Right.
This is a Bill's "You're Gonna Die" trap. This is what went into it. If you want to make these harder, take the save away. If you want to make it easier, make it a little bit more based in physics, I guess. So it wouldn't really be either. It wouldn't be a straight rules thing, and it wouldn't be a, always take your 10-foot pole and your torches into a dungeon. It'd be kind of like, here's a ridiculous trap. Here's the thought process that went into it. If you want to make it more ridiculous, here's a suggestion. If you want to make it less
again aimed at the DM, not at the player.
I think it's just aimed at role players in general.
Just like the Dirty Tricks book.
Yeah.
Right. Because I like the idea of a book of players' tricks.
I like a deck too, to be honest with you.
Well,
but anyway.
Yeah. I mean, of clever things people have done, and of course they're out there. Clever things people have done with a mirror and a whatever spell. And here's how the 5e mechanics, might play well with those things. Because of course, one of the things that we're all used to is, the mechanics were sort of whatever you could get away with at the table and talk the DM into.
Right.
And so now we have a little more formal structure around us, and so the question is, can we?
Well, and that might be a section in that book, and it's chapter 4. What can you get away with? And that is really kind of telling a collaborative story with the DM, so everybody's involved instead of this player against the DM thing.
Right.
Because that's not really the game. And it's sort of become that way because of computer games. Mm-hmm. You're trying to accomplish something. And one of our mantras is, this isn't a computer game. You don't clear a level and then move on. And that might be something we need to clarify. And
exactly, yes. Yeah.
That's frog mode. You don't go through and go from room to room killing everything, because there are going to be situations that are outside your challenge level or whatever the fuck they're calling it right now.
As we call the CZ.
Well, I think it's interesting to also the thought of that it is character against the world, but it's not player against the DM.
Yeah.
Frog mode equals objective-based play is what Big Spoon just said.
Yeah.
Objective meaning goal-oriented, or objective meaning not subjective?
No, as not subjective.
Huh. Okay.
I
don't know what that means then.
Ian just suggested a book for players like When to Run Away.
Yeah, and so that right there goes along with exactly what Skeeter was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I think we need to try to emphasize. Hold on. Is that
well timed on
you're
the
mute.
Well timed on the mute.
Yeah, putting up my my mic mutes my thing. So
made that save.
So I think that's probably one of the things we want to emphasize, is that you're not going, like he said, you're not trying to clear the level. You're trying to get to a goal, and you're trying to live. And to do that, you're going to have to run away. And I think that's one of the things that you don't really see emphasized a lot in, I'll say probably since the 3rd edition era. It's kind of gone out of style, maybe, or something like that. I don't know what it is. But that, okay, when you open this door and there's a green dragon there, you better turn tail and run.
It's red.
Right, find the other way. And know that there is another way to get to your objective.
Right.
Right.
Take a knee and just give up your stuff.
Right. Well, I mean, that's what you do if it's a fire cobra.
Run away so fast it turns blue.
That went super sideways for everybody in that game. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Well,
so
the thing,
just
the objective-based play is looking at the dungeon through the eyes of your character, not through the eyes of the player. Like,
Right.
we need to clear this out, as opposed to, there's crap in here that'll kill us and we don't know what's in here. We need to know when to run.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So part of the going forward product structure of what we're doing for 5e is we're planning on having the main book and a player's guide and possibly a little bestiary or whatever the structure is. So in the player's guide, and we'll use Rappan Athuk for an example, would it work? Because honestly, some of the player's guides we've done are a little bit bullshitty. I mean, they are.
Oh, I need a mute button. No.
They are. Hey, man, this is Frog God Games.
I know.
I know. And it's me. So
Well,
this
and
is
we did give the mature warning label. So
No, no.
So-
More
so what I'm
about that
thinking-
product thing.
what I'm thinking in the player's guide is actually have like an appendix or a chapter describing these things and just reinforcing. Sometimes you're going to need to, retreat and regroup and back up. I think that potentially has some value in a player's guide because I don't think people think about that.
Yeah.
They do I'm going to go forward and then I'm going to press save game right here and then I'm going to just keep going. And it's like, that's not a thing.
Now that you say that, though.
Well, and I think it's also good. It's good also on the GM side of here are some safety valves, right? So here's a way to help the party escape if they decide that's what they want to do.
Right. Have a MacGuffin somewhere or a whatever saves the day.
yep.
So one thing I did want to ask you, Liz, before you run away, so to speak, I guess in the how much of the little we've played of these 2 adventures, days or sessions, how much do you feel the 5th edition stuff affecting the game that's being played, if that makes sense? Either as a percentage or anecdotes or...
Well, from what I've noticed playing 5th edition, overall feel, and this is something that Mike and I mentioned on our podcast whenever we have talked about playing 5e, it feels a lot like playing 2e to us. It very much has a 2nd edition AD&D feel. However, I do also think that there's, some very noticeable power creep in there. So say when I start out playing a 1st level character, it feels like I'm playing a 3rd level 2nd edition character. But
Although I will
apart
say
from that,
oh, sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
I was going to say, apart from that, I guess the 2e feel, gives me a feeling of comfort, moving into 5th edition. So it doesn't seem quite as weird, as it did when I tried playing 3e way back when. And, so, on the whole, there's some mechanics that I'm having to, learn, but other than that, it doesn't feel overly strange moving into this version of D&D.
And I don't know quite how to describe this, but I feel like, when we sit down to play some sort of a 0 or even 1E, but especially the sort of the various 0 editions, there's sort of a feel of the game. And, part of that obviously is side-based initiative and having deadly white cats come and attack you, or maybe it's a dog. But and having things, I feel like there's sort of a bit of the unexpected or the strange or the things that occur outside the normal rules that sort of what I think about. Like, I feel like, so in the Swords and Wizardry rules in Rappan Athuk, for example, there's all sorts of stuff that you can just write a sentence and make something happen, and it's completely different from how things normally work. And that, I think, is sort of part of the excitement of those games, of games written with those ideas in mind. And I guess I'd like to try to keep some of that somehow, but I'm not sure how possible it is, or how... Yeah, so I guess I'm thinking sort of it's a real subtle thing there, sort of on the whether the adventure itself can, even though you're playing 5e rules, can feel like you're not, or maybe like, I don't know, if it has the same sense of wonder and fear and...
I got a whole rant about this exact thing.
Well, I think it's the skills that really caused me to make the 2E connection. And on the other hand, when you have a lot of skills in a game, it gets that much harder to be able to say, I'm going to do this thing on the fly, because then, the question is, well, what skill do you have? Do you have that skill? So...
Well, in 5e, everyone can potentially do any skill, so
so that does help a little bit. But when you start to codify something a lot, then that is going to inevitably take away a little bit of that freewheeling, try anything mindset.
Yeah.
I always sit with the 5e. I like the way they set it up is that you do have the freewheeling mindset, and that you can do anything. Just because you don't have a skill doesn't mean you can't try. But you're customizing, and you're saying, well, my character is good at this, and that's all. There's no you're horrible at that. But there is I'm good at this. I can try. I'm better at doing this than he is. So let me try and sneak, or let me see what I remember about history or whatnot. But I always like.
And I guess they're all stat based, which is nice, and everybody has all the stats.
Yeah,
right. There's nobody that doesn't have a charisma stat,
and it's very streamlined. But the thing is, that's more of a player mindset than a. And I'm including the GM in that. I think that limiting yourself by what's there is more of a player mindset than it is a problem with the game having it. Because these same people are going to go, well, I don't have any skills, so I don't know what I can do, and then they won't do anything. That's a player mindset. But you know what I'm saying? If you're going to be limited by what's on the sheet, if it's not on the sheet, it's going to limit them even more because they don't have the wherewithal to,
Yeah, I do see where you're coming from with that.
Because I have seen that when they go backwards, and that's why a lot of the people who did 3rd edition don't like 1st edition, because it's or Swords and Wizardry or whatnot.
Yeah, I mean it's been interesting to sort of try to feel out the different flavors of the games and how to keep the whatever it is as part of the game, even while writing to the other rules. And I think that's, but it's something I definitely would be interested in feedback on. If something sort of feels very new, if it feels way too mechanical, so when you're looking for secret doors, for example, one of the things I was thinking, there's a lot of stuff in the Swords and Wizardry of, if they look here, they find this, which is sort of the, no dice or anything, is right. If you feel around underneath the carpet, you find the trapdoor, whatever it is. And it's, we're losing her again.
Oh no!
Yeah, are you gonna mute there briefly? There we go. And it seems like there's the opportunity to allow both both options. If the character looks under the carpet or rolls a DC 15 intelligence investigation check, they find the trapdoor, and that sort of leaves open, maybe in the GM's mind a little more, the idea of just descriptive actions. And I guess that's something I was thinking about really seriously today as I was doing some of the further chapters.
So would it be possible in 5e if somebody, so if they're just playing and just rolling, you get your straight roll, but if they go, the extra mile and start describing what they're actually doing when they're searching for a secret door or searching for a trap, they get advantage or something?
It could be advantage, or they could just get it.
Or does that screw up the mechanic?
No.
Well, I don't think so. I mean, I think in some sense, I feel like an unfound secret door or an unfound trap, whether it's found by springing it or found by finding it, is wasted.
Yep.
Right? I mean, if you don't find it, then it's not even there. So I think, but I don't think it screws up the mechanic. And I think you could even, that's what I was sort of thinking of, is whether we could even just leave in if they describe this, then they find it, because that's how physics works, right? I mean, if the character pushes on the nose of the clown, then the mouth opens. Or if there's players who don't like that, if they roll a blank investigation, perception, whatever, oh, well, you notice that the clown's nose is loose,
slightly worn, or yeah.
And so a lot of times, very similar to that in my game, I'll make them roll, but honestly, depending if they tell me what they're doing, if they give me a good description of what they're doing, I'm going to give them some kind of clue. I don't use the roll as the only measure of did they find all of it, or that kind of stuff. I give them points for creativity and
player skill.
Yeah, good role playing deserves
rewards.
It is a role playing game, so.
Mm-hmm.
She's typing, but I think we're
at a stopping point, by the way.
Yeah.
And
all right.
Then hold on one second. The livecast channel URL, I'm going to share all that stuff out to everybody in the. We didn't push it real hard before we started this week, but now that it worked, next time it's going to go to everybody, and he just put it in there. But I'll have it so everybody can do it before we go, so all our lists. Because we had, we were up to 12 people at one point, and thank you everybody who watched and is watching now. We appreciate it. And what's our date for the next one?
We'll be back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. And we hope to see you all then. And if you have any questions about Frog God Games, we're on Facebook. We have a website, and www.froggodgames.com. And Skeeter's home phone number is... No, I'm kidding.
That
actually
is a
left in
good way to get killed.
Wisconsin and Texas.
So. Yeah, Ian and Rocky have been leaving my business cards in bathrooms all across the nation.
And it's got both your address and your number.
Yeah, I'm sure Jen's going to love that.
Well, have you got any calls yet?
Phone number's not on there. But when
address?
people start showing up on the doorstep.
Yeah.
Or sending you snail mail.
I know exactly what to send. Anyway. Okay, everybody. Thank you very much. If you have any questions for me directly, let me know.
Yep.
And I have a few things I'm going to ask Edwin, but I'm going to do it tomorrow. So we will talk again soon. Thanks, everybody.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody, for playing.